guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to something a little bit different on our TW WWE save. We've had the WWE World Grand Prix last year, round about this time. We will be having the Grand Prix, it'll be a one-day event. We're also, as I say, looking to do a tag team tournament. We'll also be looking to do a women's tournament. But we are going to have a massive Cruiserweight Classic. Now, normally, obviously in real life, we had it over several weeks. I feel like in this, I probably should have done it over 2 nights. But I've booked together a 38 segment show, which is mostly matches, taking up 482 minutes, which would be 8 hours. So I think in real life this would probably drive us all insane. So just use your imagination and believe this would be over a 2-night period. As I say, we've got a lot to go through here. This is a lot of the best cruiserweights within Raw, SmackDown, ECW, NXT, our other development companies, and we've brought in a few names on just one-off appearance deals just to see how they've done a little couple of nostalgia runs for people, and just a couple of people brought in just as the best cruiserweights around the world that kind of deserve this kind of opportunity. So we'll crack on with it. 38 segments. This is the WWE Cruiserweight Classic 2018. So we start the show, obviously we're needing some main eventers in here to make sure we're getting a good rating. We don't want, as I say, the Cruiserweight Classic to hamper our overall rating. So we have a little reunion between Raw's Seth Rollins and SmackDown's Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, The Shield. They'll all be teaming together tonight in the main event. It's going to be a big 5-on-5 match just to make sure we're getting, as I say, a good rating and we're maintaining our popularity and importance in every region. And of course, we're building up some heat towards our feuds that are going to be taking place at Survivor Series, 2 big main event Elimination Chamber matches for both championships. So A93 getting the show off to a strong start with our reunion of The Shield. Everybody coming out of that looking very, very good. So that's a good start that I'm happy with. As a sellout of 38,000 at the Joan C. Edwards Stadium is entertained by that. So start the show with Neville coming out, and Neville says he's going to show the world that he is the king of the cruiserweights. You know, he should be cruiserweight champion, but Manny Andrade holds that crown. But he's going to get through this tournament, he's going to win this tournament, and then he's going to show that he's the best cruiserweight on this planet. So Neville starts with a C64 promo. Opening contest in the first round. So 64 men are entering this. It's going to be 16 fatal 4-ways. Then from those 16 winners, we'll have another 4 fatal 4-ways, 2 semi-finals, and then a final. Opening contest was decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. And it saw Neville take on a returning, for one night only, Alex Kozlov. Of course, we use in development in WWE. Grand Metalik, who we are looking to push a lot in the future, but has a bad injury, and he's on the SmackDown brand. So it was to get him out early. And Mark Haskins in 12:06, when Neville defeated Alex Kozlov with a 6:30 splash. C-57, it's an okay matchup there. Got the crowd off to a decent start. I feel like it could have been a lot better, but again, it was just protecting Grand Metalik and putting Neville into the second round. Next up, it was about that had some subpar wrestling and little heat. We had Ricochet defeat Jack Gallagher, as he's known in the WWE, Jay White and Tyson Kidd in 9:18 when Ricochet defeated Jay White by pinfall with a diving double knee drop. In terms of in-ring work, Ricochet was head and shoulders above everyone else. So a good win there for Ricochet. He picks up the win. He'll go into the second round. It's another established name. And a couple of names he's scalp of there, the likes of Tyson Kidd. So a good matchup there, and no skill improvements. Not going to go through like the likes of the Road Agent Report and Dirt Sheet, just because of the amount of matches we do have today. Next up, and about that had some subpar wrestling and little heat. We saw Pentagon Jr. defeat Austin Aries, Christopher Gerrard and Andrew Everett in 11:41 when Pentagon Jr. defeated Andrew Everett for Top Rope Styles Clash. A C-54, a good win for Pentagon Jr. They're establishing him as, a big name in this kind of competition, and again getting a big scalp over Austin Aries. It was good to see him get a chance, Aries. I do feel eventually he'll move to SmackDown and he'll properly become part of the Cruiserweight division. Next matchup was about that had subpar wrestling and little heat, and it was our guest from Mexico, Blue Demon Jr., who defeated AR Fox from NXT Amazing Red, who came in for a one-off, and Raw's Tommy End. And 8.42 when Blue Demon Jr. defeated Tommy End with a Bulldog. C-58 there. You see a couple of first people debuting gimmicks on the main roster, so they weren't so good. A few poor ratings, but overall showcasing some great talents. And Blue Demon Jr. will join the others in the second round. Next up, it was about that had some decent wrestling, but little heat. Of course, there is no real storylines with any of these, so we will get a lot of lack of heat. And it was Hideo Itami, remember Hideo, off in ECW, defeating Drew Gulak, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, also of ECW, in 10.22 when Hideo Itami defeated Chavo with the Kenta combo into the Busaki knee kick. C plus 66. Chavo's fairly over in this because he's been at Lucha Underground and they've obviously had great popularity. It's a good scalp for him. I've been protecting Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams and Drew Gulak as they battle in ECW. Eventually one's going to turn and join the other, and I'm going to look to for him catch point. So good there, good match up there, and a good opportunity for Hideo Itami as he enters round 2. Next up, we've got a hype video showing the career previously of D-Generation X's X-Pac, who will be making an appearance in this first round matchup. Like I said, D-41, obviously one of the bigger names in the Attitude Era because obviously he made the jump from the NWO to DX, and of course he had times as the 1-2-3 Kid as well in the WWE. So his matchup was poor, but it saw Shane Strickland defeat Jimmy Yang, who also returned, Cedric Alexander from NXT, and X-Pac in 10.06 when Shane Strickland defeated Cedric Alexander with a handspring back elbow. X-Pac was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance, but it was a good C plus 67, a good last chance for X-Pac in this kind of stage, and Shane Strickland's a good name to put into the second round. I think X-Pac was rusty, but he's probably not worked for a while, but overall, good win there for Strickland. Next up, we had about that had some subpar wrestling and little heat, and it was Enzo Amore, who obviously is late enough to join the Cruiserweight division. He defeated Caristico, a big scalp there, BT Gunn, and Colby Carino in 12.13 when Enzo defeated Colby with a flying crossbody. A C-58. Again, 2 debutants there. Caristico is protected, but it's a big scalp for Enzo and hopefully a little boost to his overness. So a good win there for Enzo, and of course we had to protect Caristico in that type of matchup. Next up, it was about that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, but it saw the debuting Hiroshi Yamato defeating Trent Seven, Sin Cara, and Leo Rush in 10.27 when Yamato defeated Trent Seven with a German suplex. Of course, he was head and shoulders above everyone else. We've got big plans for him in the main roster. So C-59, his debuting the foreign star gimmick was average, but overall, pretty good considering, as I say, Trent Seven's up from, in fact, he's in a one match contract, as was Sin Cara, Leo Rush from Developmental, so a good performance there, and Yamato looks amazing. Trent Seven had an in-ring performance of 11. So maybe when this mod was formed, which fair enough was over, God, it must be over 18 months ago now, so you can understand that Trent's rating maybe not quite as good as it probably should be, or his stats not as good as it probably should have been. Next up, we had about that had decent wrestling and not much heat, and it saw Teddy Hart from Lucha Underground defeat Matt Cross, Tony Nese, and Daichi Hashimoto in 12.48 when Teddy Hart defeated Matt Cross with Shooting Star Press. Teddy Hart, of course, shoulders above everyone else. We had Hashimoto take a stunt bump, just for the hell of it. I was going to make it try and be Teddy Hart, but he refused, because, you know, Teddy's mental. So I thought, you know, if he takes something like that, but it gives him a good win. He'll continue on in this tournament, so another big name, and a C plus 69 rating there for one of the members of the Hart family. So good win for Teddy. He's keeping himself out of trouble, so that's good so far. And after the matchup, well, maybe not keep himself out of trouble as he decides to beat the crap out of Matt Cross to prove that he is one of the front runners in this tournament. Teddy Hart's here, not to piss about. He wants to show, you know, he is ready to take this opportunity. We have a hype video to remind everyone that we've got Yoshihiro Tajiri back as well. It did bring the crowd down, which is a shock, but probably low overness. But Tajiri is back, and he's going to have a little match up here. And the matchup did flop because it was a lot of guys who aren't very over in the US. And it was an abysmal match that saw Namichi Marufuji defeating Lince Dorado, Bubblegum, and Tajiri in 12:24 when Marufuji defeated Bubblegum with a double underhook side power slam. Marufuji, as I say, is one of those ones, great overness in Japan, but not quite in the UK. But stats are amazing, is a phenomenal worker. So we put him over here. Bubblegum and Tajiri, poor ratings, reflected with a D-40 matchup. But Marufuji joins everyone in the second round. Next up, we had a bit more better guys here, and it was about that had subpar wrestling and little heat. And we saw Jay Lethal defeat Rhett Titus, Senya Sanada, and Shannon Moore in 11:41 when Jay Lethal defeated Sanada with a flying elbow drop. In terms of in-ring work, Jay Lethal was head and shoulders above everyone else. Shannon Moore was the weak link, but a C63, a good win for Jay Lethal, a good opportunity to come back for a one-off appearance for Shannon Moore. But Jay Lethal shows, he's ready to make a statement here with a second round appearance. Probably could have done better. We need to get the crowd interested again. Hopefully we can, because we do have some main event segments during the show. And Rhett Titus debuts a new spot. Perfect. Next up, we had a bout that had some decent wrestling but little heat, and we had Manny Andrade defeat the returning Primo, Shota Naka, and Takuya Sugi in 9:51 when Manny Andrade defeated Shota Naka with a split-legged corkscrew senton. So the champ gets through his first round match. He'll be in the second round. A C64 there. Good performances from some of the other wrestlers we'll be looking to push in the future. Nearly at the end of the first round, our next one had some big names, but probably did not deliver to the level we thought. It was about the terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, and we saw Kushida defeat Drago, John Morrison and Tyler Bate in 10:31 when Kushida defeated Drago by pinfall with a supernova press. D+50, I think, the one that struggled a lot here, again, because of the time frame, was Tyler Bate. Maybe his stats not quite reflecting the level he's truly at, but a good win for Kushida. And it's another strong name that will be in the second round. We then have Triple H announcing to Seth Rollins, not that he's been fired, but he just says, watch out, Seth, this rivalry has gone on long enough, and when we get to Survivor Series, I'm going to make your life hell, and I'm going to beat the crap out of you. I'm back now in WWE. Stephanie's in charge, I'm in charge. And from now on, you will obey everything we do. So basically, a power trip angle. Remember, Triple H was fired at the start of the year. I let him go. And so they bring him back, gives us another big name. And he's going to work with Seth. So B+84, got the crowd interested again. And the Death by Authority storyline advances. Next up, we brought the crowd down again with a hype video to show the WCW legends from the Cruiserweight division anyway, Juventud Guerrera. So F+12, that's a bit disappointing that it done that to the crowd, but as I say, in real life you'll be showing people all these kind of clips of people being back from a long hiatus, so of course we do that naturally. The matchup was about had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, but it saw Nino Diabano defeat Argos, Justin Credible and Juventud Guerrera in 12:10. When Nino Diabano defeated Justin Credible with the Luxor Dive. This was a D+50. So a good win there for Nino Diabano. He progresses to the second round. As I say, he really stood out there. A couple of poor performances from the more veteran guys, but that's to be understandable. Just looking there, they've done very good with their gimmicks, but again, age is going to take a factor. Rustiness, Juventud Guerrera had been drinking as well, but just cool to give them an opportunity to come back for a one-off matchup. And it soon became clear that Juventud Guerrera was drunk. It really affected his performance. It's a one-off deal, so he's gone. Next up, a bout that had some decent wrestling and not much heat. We had Xavier Woods defeat Flamita, a returning Epico, and Jack Evans in 11:20 when Xavier Woods defeated Epico by pinfall, with a hammerlock DDT. Epico was a weak link. C63 though, a good win for Xavier Woods. He needs a bit of momentum going forward, and it's a very big scalp, not just Jack Evans, but also Flamita as well. So a good win there for the New Day, or the former New Days, Xavier Woods, and that'll push him well into the second round. And last but not least, our final first round matchup. It was a bout that had a decent bit of wrestling, not much heat, but we had Will Ospreay defeat Kaito Ishida, Dragonisto and Kalisto in 12:09 when Will Ospreay defeated Kalisto with a 6:30 splash. Ishida was the weak link, although he's someone who's young, and we're going to start building him up soon, but it was a good opportunity to put him here and protect him. C64 I'm happy with, a couple of good matchups. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I was a little surprised with a little tag team bout, and it was a fatal four-way matchup, and it was with decent wrestling. We saw the Detroit Machine Guns defeat the American Wolves, the Vaudevillains, and the Revival in a fatal four-way match. It seems like somehow it's been accidentally made a Hell in a Cell fatal four-way, so whoopsie, my bad there. But a good win regardless for the DMG. It makes them look like a threat again, but it shows just how stacked we are in our tag division as we get ready for this big tournament. It's going to be coming up soon, so okay with that. Couple of performance increases, especially from Scott Dawson. Good matchup for our tag team division. Then into the second round we go. It's about that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. And we saw Neville defeat Jay Lethal, Pentagon Jr. and Xavier Woods in 12:30, when Neville defeated Jay Lethal by pinfall with a 450 splash. And Neville is into the semi-finals. A C plus 68 there. Can I just say there, Jay Lethal, great performance. Pentagon Jr. and Neville brought it as well, so that was good to see there. But Neville into the semi-finals. We're still doing it to a cold crowd. Can we get them over? Second round match was about that had decent wrestling, didn't have much heat. We saw Will Ospreay defeat Shane Strickland, Kushida and Blue Demon Jr. in 12:12 when Will Ospreay defeated Blue Demon Jr. by pinfall with a 6:30 splash. C plus 66. Obviously, Will Ospreay still getting slowed down by his injury, but still happy with his performances. As I say, when that injury's over, it's tendonitis at his elbow. He's just going to get better and better. But Strickland has shown he's got good performances in him. Same with Kushida as well. So again, just showing how strong our Cruiserweight division really is. The third second round match was decent, and it saw Manny Andrade defeat Enzo Amore, Nino Diabano and Teddy Hart, when Manny Andrade defeated Teddy Hart with the Brilliante Driver in 12:26. C64, disappointing that didn't get higher, probably because of a lack of storyline, as every wrestler drew a 70 performance. The dirt sheet, just booking decisions, probably to protect, I think, Teddy, yep. And again, taking about Teddy's overness there and putting that onto Manny. And of course, the cold crowd probably stopped this from being a B- match. And our final second round match, it was about that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. And it was Hiroshi Yamato defeating Marufuji, Itami and Ricochet in 14:02 when Yamato defeated Itami with a German suplex. Marufuji was a weak link here because of his lack of overness in the US, but a C plus 68. Good performance, especially from Yamato. Ricochet's was decent as well. And yeah, overall, pretty happy with that. Again, we just need to get that crowd back on our side. Which we finally did. We had the lone wolf, Baron Corbin, coming out, and he says, Taker, I'm pissed off that it was you that took me out of action. You injured me in our match. As soon as I am back and I'm healthy, I'm going to bury you alive, and then I am going to cash in with my Money in the Bank briefcase. So when he is back from injury, we will have The Undertaker another Buried Alive match, but this time against the lone wolf, Baron Corbin. I don't think it'll be the Survivor Series. We're probably maybe targeting the Rumble for this one, so we'll see where that goes. I may even just make it, as I say, a casket match or something, so we can get Taker for one last hurrah at WrestleMania. But so just Corbin just stating he can't fight, but you know, when he's fit again, he wants Taker. And in the semi-final, it was a decent matchup, and we had Neville defeat the Cruiserweight champion, Manny Andrade, in 13:59 after using a foreign object. 79 for Andrade, 69 for Neville. It was the fourth time it had been done, but I really wanted Neville to go over Andrade to continue a bit of a feud between them, so it's reflected with a poor C60 rating for the repetitive booking. So Neville will be in the final. His opponent will be the winner of this match, and it was good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and it was Hiroshi Yamato who defeated Will Ospreay in 14:58 with a German suplex. B-77 done well. Both guys had great chemistry. You wonder if that had a storyline, if Ospreay was fully fit, if they could have cracked that into maybe a B, B+. But a good matchup from those guys. Great showing for the Cruiserweight division. Neville will take on Yamato in the final, and of course with that being face heel, both two faces, that could have probably been a lot higher. We had one little bonus match, a 6-man tag, just really reflecting some storylines going forward, and it was about that had great wrestling and good heat, and it was a team of Kenny Omega, Big Cass, and The Miz who defeated Apollo Crews, Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler in 18:22 when The Miz beat Dolph Ziggler with a skull-crushing finale. This is after Bo Dallas came in and distracted Ziggler, attacked him, leading to the win. So B+85 continues the Bo Sending storyline that we're going to have between Dolph Ziggler and Bo Dallas. The Raw Chamber match, which has the likes of Big Cass and The Miz in, and the Iron Man storyline, which is we're looking to build a big Iron Man match up at Survivor Series, a true battle of survival between Kenny Omega and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. So that'll probably come down the line at Survivor Series when we post that. The final was decent, and it saw Neville defeat Hiroshi Yamato in 18:58 by pinfall with a shooting star senton, or as we call it, the Red Arrow. Neville wins the Cruiserweight Classic title. So B80, Neville is your king of the Cruiserweights. Yamato with a 79, Neville with a 72. I think this would have been a lot better again if we had a storyline attached to it, which we will have coming out of it. And after the matchup, we have a promo from Neville just saying, I've done it, I've beaten everyone, I'm the true king of the Cruiserweights, I'm now King Neville, and next up is going to be me taking that Cruiserweight Championship. So basically, the gimmick that Neville has in real life at the moment, we're just morphing him into that character in game. So a good opportunity there, hopefully really putting over Neville with a lot of wins, as he is the Cruiserweight Classic winner. Next up, we had a little showcase for the women in the WWE as well. It was a decent matchup that saw the heels win, which was Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Asuka Paige, and Sasha Banks, who defeated Crazy Mary Dobson, Bayley, Emma, Charlotte, and Aikido Ando when Sasha defeated Bayley with a wheelbarrow bulldog, giving her a good victory there. And a B78's okay. A couple of good performances there. Emma was one of the weaker ones, but everybody's hitting 60, 70 at least, which is good for our women's division. The women's storyline between Alexa Bliss and Crazy Mary Dobson has gained heat. I'm really hoping we can push these women on. I did want to take away the women's division and integrate them so we could try and get some of the women to main event level, but it was going to have too much of a damage to our pop, and with us battling New Japan, it is something I didn't want to do and didn't want to risk. So we'll happily, as I say, stay where we are at the moment, and hopefully the women can keep improving because they're doing absolutely fantastic. Next up, we've got a promo with Braun Strowman, just saying, Daniel Bryan, you think you're going to make a run for this championship, you think you're going to win in the chamber, I'm just going to squash you like a bug, I'm still going to be WWE champion. So that's an A95 for Big Braun. Main event match was an A90, and it was just about between wrestlers from Raw and SmackDown, bit of fantasy booking, superb wrestling and great heat. And it was Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, the Shield members in there, and Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and Bo Dallas when Daniel Bryan defeated Bo Dallas by pinfall. So A90, lots of great performances in there. Randy versus Dean storyline lost a little bit of heat because that was quite high with its heat level. The Raw Chamber storyline has just advanced. We can see most guys are hitting 94s, 97 for Roman, 95 for Dean and Seth. Bo was at 87, so he's getting there. AJ's declining physical ability, starting to hurt him a little bit. But a good matchup nonetheless. Just a few negatives as you would expect. A few worker improvements. And after the match, why not celebrate a little partnership of the Shield together when all three pair up, attack Bo Dallas, and powerbomb him through the table. So A95, the Randy versus Dean storyline, the SmackDown Chamber advances because of Dean and Roman being in this angle, and then A95, good way to send the show off. The crowd are all happy. Did a good Cruiserweight Classic, and we get absolutely hurt because we use too many wrestlers far too many times. So despite an absolutely spectacular show, we use Neville too often, Sanada, Pentagon Jr., Kushida, Bubblegum, just incredible Kobe. So just because we used a lot of guys for either too long in their matchups or for too many times in the show, we did lose Pop in 45 regions. So I think we've learned from this. Doing it all in one show is maybe not a great idea. I think if we do this over a 2-night period, I think we get a far better rating. But I wanted to try it just to see what had happened. If you keep doing these kind of things, you learn from your mistakes, you learn what works and what doesn't. So because I've lost Pop in 45 regions, that's cool. You know, I'll hopefully make that back this week's Raw and this week's SmackDown. But as I say, it was a good tournament, a good showcase of many wrestlers, and as I say, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, if anything, learned that maybe we don't need to, as I say, do everything in one night. Maybe 2-night tournaments are good. So hopefully you can take that away from it as well. We'll just praise a few guys who had a good performance. And I think Neville's going to be fairly exhausted because of the amount of matchups that he had to carry out. And as you can see here, BT Gunn leaves WWE. Kozlov's away, so that's all your guys at 1 year, 1 night deals. Kozlov, Red, Everett, Carino, etc., etc. I just noticed Yamato was on a 1 day deal, and we let him go. But I think because of how strong he was. So you're going to tell me he isn't interested in a return because we gave him a 1 day deal? Okay. Basically, because of how strong he was, we'll sign him. So like WWE done with like Tozawa, you know, they had a strong appearance in the tournament. We'll sign him. We'll happily do that. So a bit of positives, a bit of negatives in this situation. A lot of people leaving, poor rating, they'll lose and Pop. But you learn from mistakes. You know what works now. You know what doesn't work. At the same time, Eve Torres has won the Knockouts Championship. Folk even said they enjoyed the show. And TNA had their Bound for Glory, which had a main event of TJ Perkins versus Satoshi Kojima. Okay. Don't know if I would quite put butts in seats, but you never know. See if there's just anything here else that influences us, and that's our development. So you see a lot of guys there, 22 people in fact, winning 1-off appearances. And we'll get it all through our news items here. Macross with New Japan as well. Oh. Nino Diabano was annoyed that Juventud Guerrero was drunk, as is Justin Credible, who's obviously now left the company. Natalia's unhappy at booking. Xavier Woods wants some victories. A couple of people just a bit unhappy with their booking recently. I suppose they do need victories, but we do need people put over. We get 39.80 on television on our WWE network, so that's good. Bo Dallas likes Jay White. Colby Carino, as I say, he'll be gone. Drago's gone. Jack Evans needs some wins as well. So nothing utterly major there, just a lot of guys leaving because of the 1 night deals. I say we'll probably all look at bringing in Yamato permanently, as long as no one else pitches him up. But disappointed he doesn't want to re-sign straight away because it was a one-off appearance. So hopefully the cooling down period is not too much and we can get him on to a main show. I say the Pop loss shouldn't be a lot. We eventually did get Tak in, but as I say, he won't be here for a little bit, so I think I'll probably do some little comedy angle on a Raw or a SmackDown. Did bring Funaki in as well for a one-off appearance, but he's retired, so he can't really wrestle. So probably do a little fun thing with them. Mysterio I've brought in as well. I was going to use him, but felt we can use him elsewhere for a one-off appearance, but at the end of the day, momentum doesn't take a big hit. Prestige is still at 100. Size, it's not the end of the world, you know, we can build that up. At least you guys know from here what to do with a tournament. Maybe break it over 2 nights. Don't put enhancement talents in such long matchups, or you'll get a lot of complaints in the show. So a C plus 66, disappointing rating for a Cruiserweight Classic, but I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did. What did you think of the tournament? Anybody you thought that should have been in it that wasn't? Any people you felt like deserved to go through that didn't, or vice versa, who probably shouldn't have deserved to go through? Any people from the Classic that were brought in a 1-day contract, would you like to see come back? Let me know on that as well. And just thoughts on the winner being Neville, and what you think lies ahead for the King of the Cruiserweights. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. If you get any other ideas for tournaments as well, let me know on that. Any other comments regarding this series or your own, let me know how your saves are getting on. I always don't mind discussing other people's saves, bouncing ideas off people always helps as well. And I say any likes and shares are all deeply appreciated as well. And of course, you can tweet me at 21Maxwell on Twitter. As I say, until next time, thanks as always. You can get the game from the Grey Dog Software website, and you can of course tune into their forums for more information on the game, plus mods and more discussion. And you can see more YouTube content, links and written diaries as well on the Fantasy Booker subreddit on Reddit. But until next time, this was the Cruiserweight Classic. Neville is now the king of the Cruiserweights, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.